Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some pre-1961 Apba bats. We got the Washington Senators traveling to Chicago to take on the White Sox in game number one of this series. And leading off for the Senators, playing center field, Sam Rice. Batting second, playing shortstop is Cecil Travis. Batting third, playing left field is Goose Goslin. Batting fourth and playing third base, Harmon Killebrew. Batting fifth and playing right field is Honey Manchi. Batting sixth, playing first base is Mickey Vernon. Batting seventh is playing second base, Buddy Meyer. But batting eighth, throwing the catching is Muddy Rule. And on the mound, throwing the pitching for the Senators is Jim Shaw. Let's take a look here at the hometown Chicago White Sox starting lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop for the home team, Luke Appling. Batting second, playing second, Eddie Collins. Batting third, playing right field, Bibb Falk. Batting fourth, playing center field, Carl Reynolds. Batting first, playing first. Batting fifth, playing first base, Zeke Bonner. And batting sixth and playing left field is Manny Mioso. Excuse me for a second here. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. So, done. And where was we here? Batting seventh, playing third base is Buck Weaver. And batting eighth, doing the catching is Sherman Lar. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the White Sox is Jim Scott. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And we have Sam Rice leading off here for the Senators, batting .250 on the year. He's got no homers and one RBI. Jim Scott takes the mound for the third start of the season. He's 0-2 with a 7.82 ERA. And you see the team replay comparisons. The Senators are 6-5. They've struck out 46 times, walked 49. They've hit 29 doubles and 6 triples. The White Sox are 5-7, struck out 33 times, walked 52, have hit 19 doubles and 7 triples. Here's the pitch to Sam Rice as we drop the dice on the first roll. Might be one of those nights. One of those crazy, crazy nights. And that's going to be a 19-20. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Reynolds makes the catch for out number one. One up and one down here in the first. And up to the plate now is Cecil Travis. Travis batting 176, 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Luke. He bobbles that one. Holds on to it, doesn't compound it by throwing it away, but Travis is on with an error. So now you got a runner down at first for Goose Goslin. See if the Goose can deliver here. There's the Goose on the loose. He's batting .366 on the year and has 3 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right. Bibbs got it. That'll be out number 2. Now 2 down, and Travis still down at first. Harmon Killebrew's batting .282. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Killebrew's aboard here with 2 outs. First and second, runner in scoring position from 2 outs. And you got Honey Manchi due up here. And Heine is batting .294 and no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a 39 catcher on a 65. That's going to be a rare play, first and second on a 39. First and second, a 39. We'll have to re-roll some dice here. Got a 26 on a 39. 26 and a 39 is a 30. 30. And that's going to be a balk. Unless he's a BK0, and he's not. So that's going to be a balk. Runners will get down to second and third now. So runners on second and third. 2 outs. Hani at the plate. And see if he can deliver here and get the Senators a quick lead. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. That'll end the inning. And the Senators strand two. We go to the bottom of the first. Senators nothing. White Sox coming to bat. Got Appling, Collins, and Falk due up here. Luke is batting .286, no homers and 7 RBIs. Jim Shaw's on the mound. This is Jim's third start of the year. He's 0-1 with a 1.2 ERA. Here's the pitch to Luke. That'll be a base on balls. So Appling trots on down to first. And you can see that the Senators have scored 45 runs on 14 homers, stolen 4 bases, been caught once. And the White Sox have scored 51 runs, 11 homers, 4 stolen bases, and been caught 3 times. And here's Eddie Collins up now, batting a .156 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Eddie. See if he does something with this 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a 18 with the runner down at first. And that is going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 44 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And they'll get the runner out at second as Jim throws down the second base. Travis covering. That'll be out number 1. Now Collins down at first for Bib Falk. And Bib, he's batting .255. He's got 3 homers and 10 RBI. And that's going to be against the 16. And that's going to be a base hit. Nope. It's going to be a pop-up down the third. Nice play down there by Killebrew. That'll be out number 2. Eddie's still down there at first with 2 outs now. And Carl Reynolds is up, batting .294 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel is the question, folks. And that ball is out of here. Carl Reynolds hits a 2-run shot in the left field. And it is 2-0 Chicago here in the bottom of the first. Now there's nobody on. And 2 outs.
Banura.
And Zeke Panura is up. Let's see what he can do here. Like I say, with nobody on and 2 outs. He's hitting .211 on the year. He's got 2 homers, Zeke does, and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rice in center field. There's room out there. He makes the catch for out number 3. The 2-run homer by Reynolds makes it 2-0 Chicago. So we go to the top of the second. Mickey Vernon Stu up, followed by Bud Meyer and Muddy Rule. And Mickey is batting 225. He's got a homer and 4 RBI. And Mickey's going to, against the righty, 20. And that's going to be popped up down. Well, I'll get the right one, huh? Still probably going to be popped up. Nope, it's going to be a ground ball down the short. Luke's got this one, doesn't bobble this one. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. Buddy's up now. Buddy's batting 147. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that'll be a base on balls. Don't want to walk a guy hitting below 200. But that's what Scott just did. That brings up Muddy. Muddy Rules batting 257 on the season. And he has no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a 22. And that's going to be a pop up again. This one is down the short. Luke's got it for out number 2. So Buddy down at first, and that'll bring up Jim Shaw. Jim's batting 200 on the year. He does have a homer, folks, and an RBI, so you can't groove one here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. That'll win the inning. And Senator Strand 1 to the bottom of the second to go. Miosa, Weaver, and Lore due up here. Minnie's batting 192, 1 homer, and 3 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. What's Miosa going to do with this ball? And he parks that ball out in left field, I believe. Yep. It's rolling around, and with his speed, he's in there with a triple. Lead-off triple by Minnie Miosa. Down at third now with nobody out. Senators will play back here for an out. They'll give up a run for an out. It's early yet. It's 3-0. It could be 3-0 here with Buck Weaver up. Weaver batting 342, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a 17. And that's going to be a ground ball. Actually, it's going to be a pop-up. 35, that'll be a ground ball. 35. 1 and 2, that's fielding column 1, right? Yep. That's a ground ball back to the mound. He looks the runner back and throws over to first. And now there's 1 out. The runner still down at first. Buck Weaver couldn't get him on. Here comes Sherm up now. Lower batting 200. 1 homer and 4 RBIs for Sherm. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And on a 64, that's going to be column 3. Out to left field. And let's re-roll a dice. And that'll be a 51. Minus a 33. Plus an 18. And he'll make it home with no throw. Miosa with his speed. And that makes it 3-0. And now we got Jim Scott up. 2 outs and nobody up on. And like I say, he's got a 3-run lead now. And Scott is 0 for 4 on the year. And that's going to be 0 for 5, as that's a fly ball out the goose. He makes the catch. That ends the inning. But the sacrifice fly adds 1, makes it 3-0. We go to the top of the third with the top of the order due up. Rice, Travis, and Goslin. Rice flew out the center his first time up. And that's well hit by Sam. And that ball is driven into deep right field. And he's going to be rounding second with a leadoff triple is Rice. So race down to third now. Nobody out for Cecil Travis. And Travis, he's 0 for 1. He reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss. He strikes Travis out. Now there's one down. The runner's still down at third. Can Goose do something here? Cut this lead down 3 to 1. Goslin's batting 357. He's 0 for 1 today, though. Flew out to right. And he didn't fly out this time, folks. Goose squares it up. Don't hit off the good part of the bat. And that's going to be a double end right field. Goose gets a double, drives in a run. And it is now 3 to 1 Chicago. Killebrew up now with a runner down at first. Goslin's down there. Down at second, rather. That was a double. I'll get her right. And Killebrew walked his first time up. He drive in another run and make it a one-run ball game. And he is going to probably drive in that run. He squares it up. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, my friends? And that ball is out of here. Killebrew with a 2-run shot. He got a hold of that one and drove it into the alley out there in left field. And it is a tie ball game, folks. It's 3-3. Just like that. 3-1 third. There's still only one out. Heine's up. He has flown out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Scott. Over to first for out number 2. As Ken Castro joins us here. Yeah, I kind of like to see the Senators do well myself. Yes, I would. And now you got Mickey Vern up. Mickey is 0 for 1. He grounded out the short, 2 outs and nobody on in a tie ball game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mick strikes out. But the 2-run shot by Killebrew makes this a 3-3 game. As you see the Senators' upcoming schedule, they got 3 more games here in Chicago. They play a double hitter on the 30th. Then they go back home to take on Boston. And we got the top of the order due up here in the bottom of the third for the White Sox. You got Appling, Collins, and Falk. And Luke, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. So Luke's got the eye today. He lays off of that breaking pitch. And he's down at first now with nobody out. And Eddie Collins is up. He hit into a fielder's choice and came around the scores first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Collins. What does he do with the 2-0 pitch? He walks the hard way with Apple on 2 dice rolls. So now we got first and second, both walks. Shaw's got himself in a predicament here. Tie ball game, just got it tied, and now he's walking people. That brings up Bib Falk. Falk, he popped up the short, and that might be a double play ball. That ball is hit down the third. And Killebrew, not your best fielding third baseman, that's for sure. And that'll probably be column number 3, and it is. And they'll get the runner out at second. And Falk isn't slow, so they'll get the runner at second. And that'll be it. 5-4 put out. Now you got runners on first and third and 1 out. And again, the Senators will play back here. Just tied this ball game up, looking for a double play to get out of this. Carl Reynolds hit a 2-run homers first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. That fills the bases up everywhere you look. There's a White Sox. And that brings up Zeke now with the bases. Juice nowhere to put him. Zeke, he flew out the center. Again, the Senators looking for that ground ball double play out of Zeke. And 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Appling doesn't have great speed. 21 and a 2. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. And a 56. Let's see here. Minus the 30 plus the 8. 34. They might not go for him. Let's see. The second is a 55. That's a 30 plus 15. He'll make it with no throw. So it's going to be Appling. They're going to try to get Appling. I believe that was a 34. If I remember right, 56 minus the 30 plus the 8. Yeah. Yes, it is. And Bibb will get down the third with no throw at all. So 64 or lower. Yeah, they are, Ken. You're exactly right. They are pretty equal. And he makes it. So that's a sacrifice fly out the right. And now we got runners on first and third. With 2 down now. And up to the plate steps Minnie Mioso. Mioso tripled his first time up, came around the score. Can he do it again here? It's now a 4-3 lead for the White Sox. And that's going to be against the 17. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. Reynolds will stop at second, but that adds another run to this game. It is now 5-3. And Buck Weaver steps up to the plate. 2 down, runners on first and second. And Mr. Weaver, he grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Travis. And he'll take the short way over to second. That'll end the inning. But the White Sox score 2 and lead this game 5-3 now. Buddy, Muddy, and Shaw due up here. Buddy, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 24. And that's going to be ball 1. So, Buddy's got a 1-0 pitch coming to him. See if he can do something here ahead in the count. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reynolds for out number 1. And the Muddy one, Muddy Rule, comes up to the plate now. And he is 0 for 1, grounded out, popped up the short rather. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Muddy's aboard here with a 1-out hit. That brings up Jim Shaw. He's going to try to bunt the runner over into scoring position here. Shaw flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a nice bunt back to the mound. Only play for Jim is the throw over to Collins covering for out number 2. So now you got a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. And let's see what Mr. Rice can do. He is 1 for 2 with a triple today. Came around the score. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 9 against the 20. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Loops up with it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Senators strand 1. To the bottom of the 4th we go. And we got Sherm, Scott, and Appling due up here. Sherm had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Sam's got it for out number 1. And Jim Scott's going to come to the plate. Scott's 0 for 1, flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly out the right. So he's flown out to both corners. 2 quick outs. And here's Luke. And Luke has walked twice today. And that's going to be walk number 3, Luke. They don't want to pitch to Luke. Brings up Collins now. Can Eddie make him pay here? He has yet to do so. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked. He has reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a pop-up near the dugout. Muddy takes the mask off, makes the catch. Now to win the inning. And the White Sox strand 1 to the top of the 5th we go. Travis, Goslin, and Killebrew due up here. And Cecil's 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 42. 39 and a 42. And that will be a foul ball, strike 1 on Cecil. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Buck Weaver. Crossed over to Zeke for out number 1. And the Goose is up. And the Goose is on the loose. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got an RBI double and flown out the right. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Scott's got it for out number 2. So it's up to Killebrew here. Do something. Killebrew is 1 for 1. He's walked and hit a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a 22. A fly ball out the left field rather. Minnie's got it. And that'll be out number 3. 1, 2, 3. Goes the Senators. We got Falk, Reynolds, and Zeke due up here. And Bibb 0 for 2. He has popped up and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Bibb's aboard here. The leadoff single for the White Sox. Here's Reynolds. He's hit a home run earlier today. And Reynolds is also walked. And here's the pitch to Carl. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rice for out number 1. And Zeke's up now. And Zeke is 0 for 1. He has flown out and he has a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be that will be a 19 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit for Zeke. And now we got first and second. 1 down, runner in scoring position. And up to the plate is Minnie Mioso. 2 for 2 today. He has singled and tripled. Can he keep up this perfect game as we drop a dice? And he's going to keep this perfect game up, that's for sure. Because he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And Zeke's going to stop at third with his speed and 1 out. And it is now a 6-3 ball game as Buck Weaver's up. And this is going to force the Senators to bring the infield in now. They're already down by 3. They can't get any further behind, I don't think. Can't afford that. So they'll bring the infield in. Weaver, he is grounded out and grounded into a force play. And that's going to be a 17 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And might be deep enough here. 45 and a 3. That'll be fielding column 1. And let's see here. Need a re-roll of dice. And it's going to be a 41. And he's going to stay put. Not deep enough for Zeke. So it's up to Sherm to add some more runs here. Chicago's already up by 3. Can Shaw get out of this mess with only 1 run scoring? Sherm has a sacrifice fly and flown out to center. And they got a 16. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rice. That'll win the inning. Chicago scores 1. Makes it a 3-run game. You got Manshee, Vernon, and Meyer due up here. And Heine is 0 for 2 today. He's flown out and grounded out. Can he get aboard here? As you can see, the White Senators are batting .272 with a .337 on base percentage, slugging a .445 and an OPS of .782. And the White Sox are batting .227, .315 on base percentage, 401 slugging, and an OPS of .716. And Heine's going to hit that ball back to Scott, and that'll be out number 1. And Mickey's up now. And Mickey is 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reynolds. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th. And Buddy's up. Can he keep this inning alive here with the Senators trailing by 3? Walked in, flown out. Not this time. Buddy gets a hold of this one off of Scott. And that ball is laced in the right field off the wall. That'll be a 2-out stand-up double. So now you got a runner on second. 2 outs. And who steps up to the plate but Mr. Muddy. Let's see if Rule can do something. He singled his last at bat, popped up the short his other time up. And that's going to be a 36. That'll be a wild pitch if he's a wild pitch 2 or 3. He's not. So that's going to be a rare play. A 36 and a 51 with a runner down in second. 36 and 51. And that's going to be a 10. That'll be hit down the short. Appling's down there. Already has 1 error in the game. 56 and an 8. 56 and an 8. And that is going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single through short. And the runner's going to score. So that's a single by Muddy. He gets the job done. And that's going to make it a 6-4 ball game. Now you got a runner down at first and 2 outs. Can the Senators keep this going? And that's probably, I don't know. It's now a 2-run game. They're going to let Shaw bat. These pitchers need to go some distance here. He's flown out and had a sacrifice bunt. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Bibbs got it. And that'll be out number 3. The Senators score 1, make it a 6-4 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Excuse me, you got Scott due up. Then we're back to the top of the order and Appling in. Excuse me, Collins. And Scott hits that ball out to Heine and right for out number 1. And Luke Appling, I think he has the hat trick. He has walked 3 times. Came around the score once. Can he get another walk? And that's going to be a 16. Nope, but that's going to be on base again because that's an infield hit by Luke. Slow roller down the short. No play there. So Appling has a perfect game going 1-for-1 with 3 walks. And here's the man they need to get hot here, as Luke's been on base every time, but Eddie hasn't done nothing. Hit into a fielder's choice, walked, and popped up to the catcher. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Can he do something this time with the 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be hit down the short. 35 on a 9 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Cecil. He grabs it. Only play is going to be over to first, but that's a big second out. That looked like it was going into left field. So now there's 2 down, runner on second for Bibb. And Bibb's 1-for-3 today. He has grounded into a force out, popped up the short, and singled and came around the scores last time. And that's going to be hit down to first. Burns up with it, and Mickey tosses it over to Jim, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. It's the 6-4 ball game. You got the top of the order due up here against Scott, Rice, Travis, and Goslin. Can the Senators try to get those 2 runs back here? Sam's 1-for-3. He's got a triple. He has grounded out and flown out. And we drop the dice again. And that's going to be a 20. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Minnie's got it. 1 down. Here comes Cecil Travis up now. And Travis is 0-for-3. Reached on an error, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be another error on Luke. Luke cannot handle it down there off the bat of Travis. Travis is on base for his 2nd time with an error. And here comes the Goose. Goslin's up now. He is 1-for-3. He has an RBI double, flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a 11 on a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Minnie hustles over into the gap, takes a base hit, maybe a double away from the Goose. Nice play out there by Minnie. Now there's 2 down and Killibrew's up. He's hit a 2-run homer. He's walked and flown out the left. And that's going to be a 22. And that'll be a pop-up down the short. And Luke out in shallow left field makes the catch. And the Senators strand 1. We go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. It's a 6-4 lead for the White Sox. Zeke, Minnie, and Buck due up here. I'm sorry, Reynolds, Zeke, and Minnie due up here. Reynolds is 1-for-2 with a 2-run homer. He has walked and flown out the center his other times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mickey. He calls off Jim, takes it himself for out number 1. And Zeke's up. And Zeke's 1-for-2. He has a sacrifice fly flown out, and he has single. Again, the dice doesn't make it in there. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that is 2 down. And it's up to Minnie to keep this inning alive. Just made the nice play out there and left. Minnie is 3-for-3. He has a triple. He has a double, and he has a single. All Minnie needs is a homer for the cycle. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left, out the center field. How deep is that one? That is the question. Is that deep enough? It's over Rice's head. He gets it quickly, and he's going to hold Minnie to a single. That's a nice hit by Minnie to stay 4 for 4 today, folks. Brings up Buck Weaver now, the runner down at first, and 2 outs for Buck. Buck is 0 for 3. He's grounded into a force play, and he's flown out. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one back to the mound. And Shaw's got it. He tosses it over to first. And White Sox strand one. To the top of the 8th we go. And these Senators are running out of outs. They're down by 2. Yeah, exactly. Minnie's having a hell of a game, ain't he, Ken? 4 for 4. Like I say, a double, triple, and 2 singles. And Heine's due up, followed by Mickey and Buddy. And Heine is 0 for 3. He's flown out, grounded out to the pitcher twice. And that's going to be hit out to, I believe, left field. Yep, that ball's hit out to Minnie. And that'll be out number 1. And Mickey's up. And Mickey's 0 for 3. He has grounded out, struck out, and flown out. And Mick's going to against the 20. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Luke. He's made a few errors, but that's a nice play. He fires over to first to get Mickey. Now there's 2 down. It's up to Buddy here. Like to get 1 run back. Way the tying run. Hopefully, and the 9th is up to the plate every time. Buddy's 1 for 2. He has walked, flown out, and he has a double in this game. That's going to be a fly ball, but Reynolds got the room out there, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Sherm's due up, followed by Scott and Appling. And they'll pitch hit here probably for Scott. And Sherm's 0 for 2. He has a sacrifice fly and flown out the center. And that's going to be a 16. That's going to be a base hit. Sherm, an infield hit. Not going to see that very often here. So Sherm's aboard here with nobody out. And like I say, that's going to be it for Jim. Have a pitch hitter. The White Sox are going to try to add to this 6-4 lead here with Shaw on the mound. Let's see here. And Harry's going to come off the bench to lefty. See what he can do here against Jim Shaw. And where's the hopper? The hopper. And here comes Harry out of the dugout. He's batting .444 in the year with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Goose is going back near the track, makes the catch. And that'll be out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go, and Luke. And Luke is 1 for 1, 3 walks and a single. And this will be the first time. I lied. That ain't the first time, probably. 26 on a 4. Let's see here. 26 on a 4. First baseman. That'll be fielding column 1. And that will be the old 3-6, 3 double play, folks. So Luke ends the inning. And we go to the top of the 9th. See who's going to come out here and pitch for these White Sox. You got Muddy up, a pitch hitter, and a lefty. So it really doesn't matter. comes out the pitch, and it's going to be Staley. Jerry's going to come out here and pitch, try to close this game out. Where's Staley? There he is. And this is Staley's fourth game. He has no record with a 2.7 ERA. Muddy's 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 singles today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Luke. No problem this time over to first. 1 down. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit for Shaw. See here what they got on the bench as far as lefties. And all rise. Joe Judge coming off the bench. Here comes the Judge. Can he do something here, Joe? One down, nobody on for Joe. He's batting .250, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 41 and a 36. And that's going to be strike 1 on him. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Judge. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Collins. And that'll be out number 2. So the Senators are down to their last out. And it's Sam Rice. And Sam's 1 for 4 today. He has a triple. He has flown out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a infield hit. So Rice isn't giving up yet. Nice Baltimore chomp, and he beats that throw. Now you got Travis up as the tying run in this 6-4 game. And Travis is 0 for 4, reached on an error twice, and has struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a 39 and a 44 on the pitcher. He's a 1. And that'll be fielding column 3, so that'll be a rare play. 39, a rare play with a runner at first. Re-roll some dice, a 41 on a 39. And that's going to be a balk unless he's a BK0, which he is. And let's see, a wild pitch 1. Yep, he's a wild pitch 1, so it'll be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch here. Go through all that for a 3-2 pitch. And he's going to drive this 3-2 pitch into, that'll be a 15. He's going to drive it into right field. And Rice, he's going to stop at second. He doesn't need to get thrown out. Now you got the tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. And Goose is 1 for 4. He has double driven in a run, flown out twice and grounded out as D. Scott Howard joins us. And that's going to do it, folks. That's going to be popped up in the foul territory back near the screen. Sherm takes the mask off, makes the catch, and that ends the ball game. These White Sox hang on to win. win 6-4. Senators made a go of it there in the ninth. Let's take a look here at the box score. So let's see here with the box score. You got the White Sox with 6 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. The Senators 4 runs, 8 hits and no errors. Rice was 2 for 5. You had Killer Brew hitting that home run. Senators were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Left 8 men on base. They had their opportunities. And the man of the hour for the White Sox was Manny Mioso, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He had a triple, a double, and 2 singles. I think he's the only White Sox with a multiple hit game. Yep, it was the Manny Mioso show today. And the White Sox were 2 for 8. And they left 7 men on base. Shaw goes the distance, picks up second lost, 8 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, walked 5, didn't strike out a soul, and gave up a homer. And Scott, he picks up his first win of the year. He's 1-2. He goes 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 2, and gave up a homer. Staley came in the ninth, picks up his first save, made it a little interesting. 1 inning with 2 hits. Oh, thank you, Ken, buddy. I appreciate it. These bats games, I've had a few blowouts, but most of them's damn competitive. Had a few ugly games. That Giant series was ugly. Let's take a look here at the standings here in the American League. The Tigers now a half a game up on the Indians. Yankees are a game back. Red Sox and Senators are a game and a half back. White Sox 2 games back. Orioles 2.5. And the A's are 3 games back. Ted Williams is leading the American League with a .486 batting average. Lou Gehrig with 7 home runs. And how about Ray Boone, Ted Williams being tied with 16 RBIs? Boone's off to a good start. And in the American League, Bob Shalke with a .6 ERA. Numerous pitchers tied with 2 wins. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you do have Ed Wilt with 3 saves now. Lou Gehrig's leading in the MVP category. And Hal Newhouser for the Best Pitcher Award in the American League. And the next game on the channel is going to be the same Chicago White Sox and Washington Senators on here. Let's see who's going to be pitching here. See if the game's got this right or not on the 29th. Let's see here. Where are we at? And Smith for the White Sox. Yep. And Mortgage for the Senators. That looks like the right matchup. So that'll be the next game on the channel. I want to thank Ken Castro and D. Scott Howard for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And then on your way out, hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.